Hello traders, this is a DAX recap video for Thursday, April the 4th, and this was the chart that was given to you with the morning note. So this was the situation at 8:01 a.m. an hour before the open. Market was here testing this 9:30 to 9:45 zone. As said in the morning notes, main event for today was this planned meeting of US President and Chinese Vice Premier today in Washington, and US markets were very flat in the overnight session. Entire overnight session of theirs were pretty much flat, and we got also nothing much in the few first hours of the session. Now going above 12k without a pause would be signal of strength. That was said also, and that bias is neutral, so for us to be prepared to take both short and long setups, just zone to zone, because for more we need to see sustained momentum to the other upside or downside, and that above 12k, if markets breaks above it, then first zone is here, 1245 to 55, and better zones are these two above. And even now when you look this, you can already see that this is something that is looking like some kind of consolidation, maybe even some bull flag. And what can you do to help yourself when the market is opening or near the open? Better to be prepared near the open. So you plan plant your pre-market high, then you put your pre-market low, then you can observe this highs here, and you can draw yourself a line like this, and you can now make a parallel line of that and make yourself like this a channel. And now you observe that that could be, in this period of time, that could be a bull flag, because now it makes sense for us to use bull flag as a continuation type pattern. After this we have this kind of move, bull flag continuation. It is still a buy the dip market, it is still a grinding market, and now market is opening inside this zone that was already broken here in the pre-market, and their market made pre-market low. So what are you going to do here on the open? So in my book, you're not going to do anything here. You're going to wait here for the market to show you something, and the market did a whole lot of nothing in these first hours. But after this kind of move, this here at 10 a.m., when they failed to test pre-market low, that was the signal that maybe market doesn't want to go lower, and that this is a bull flag, and now you can go long from here, from the bottom of this zone. After you observe that market tried to fill the gap and then miss that gap for just a point or two. Now this by itself is very fishy. This, in my opinion, is just calling a false move for the for the bears or for the sellers to jump in, looking at this candle and like, wow, like what kind of price rejection is going down hard now. But it's not going anywhere, just it's going to the upside. Because this kind of situation, I have talked about it in some of the previous videos, when the market doesn't fill a gap for just a point or two, just a small amount of points, that often means that it is going to fill that gap. It just needs more time. It's just playing with you. They are just shaking scalpers here. It's just stopped. It's nothing much. After all of this move, market just took a breather here and then continued to the upside. But you have to think about that, because when market is opening inside this zone, after all this movement to the upside, market had made 700 points without a pullback. You could think here, but what? Maybe now it's time for the market to make a bigger pullback. But it wasn't the time. That time really didn't come, but it will. and for now this is a buy the dip market, and it was a long here using this zone and this channel and context of the market that doesn't want to leave pre-market range and making a bull flag. All of this is telling you that you could attempt a long here, go with the trend, go with the flow, attempt a long here and stop below pre-market low. And now you're going to target as a first target pre-market high. They reacted a very small reaction, and this again here is additional signal for you that this is a strong market. Now look at this. This is a line and they just back tested it from the other side. And then back tested it again, basically this same level, and you can draw yourself a rectangle like this. This could be some kind of intraday level for you, and also observe that after this price action here, if you can make a fib out of so from the regular trading hours, from the open, from here, they just made a 38.2 retracement coming to this line and to this intraday level and just went higher. So this is what your first target. Your first target from here is for like 40 points at best, and then to try to to hold to the 12k or to even to this, and nothing wrong with it really to close here below 12k for a few points below. It lasted a long time, this trade, but you have to go with the flow when you see a market that really doesn't do anything much here. It doesn't really show you any weakness here. It's just hanging there. So it's something that you should not mix with weakness. And then after all of this movement, they failed here, and to be honest, catching this kind of trade for you to go short here wasn't that easy, especially because this is not some kind of better zone. This is just a regular zone, the first one above this, which is better zone, and we didn't even get a full 8-year move into it, which is maybe logical because yesterday we had expansion of the range and today we had a bit smaller range. So 8-year is 150 points and this move was 120 points. So you could attempt a short, of course, here, but really I think this one is much better point-wise, trend-wise, whatever you want to call it, much better trade to go along. As long as this is grinding higher, market will pay for long attempts, but now after all of this moving to the upside, without a pullback every day that the market is going like this, without some significant pullback, is going to be more riskier, more riskier to the bulls, to the Johnny come late people that are going to buy here because they missed all of this. And this is it basically for this for this video. You could also attempt a long even here on this kind of pullback, but a market went a long way to the upside, and better to catch that moves early. So when you observe that they are not going anywhere down, this is your entry here from this zone. I wish you good trading and good night.